Hey guys, Texas Longhorn. Good way to start the video. Hello, sweetheart. How are you today? Very curious. I wish I had something to feed you and that I was allowed to feed you, because you're gorgeous. There's a Texas entrance right there. In case I didn't say it yet, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis. Got a car behind us. Got two cars behind us. This is a busy road, Rattlesnake Point. I really need to sneak over here at like sunrise. There's still probably people going to work then. I never saw a Longhorn there before. Whenever we go down this road, we're usually going to Hoot's Country Kitchen to get a taco. And I haven't just driven around here in a while, so I thought we'd check it out. It's such a great name, Rattlesnake Point Road. Today I want to talk about regrets. And I was thinking about regrets. What is the biggest regret in my life? What could I go back and change? Of course you can't go back and change things, but as you get older, you learn, hopefully. You see moments in your life where you could have went left instead of right, done something one way instead of doing it another. Some old trailers over there. Huh. Wonder if that's an RV park or he's just collecting. I hear the birdies chirping. I hear a lot of birdies chirping. I pulled off onto a side road here, hoping to avoid traffic. I wonder if you guys can hear them birdies. This mic I'm using is odd. It'll pick up my voice and kind of block everything else out. But the winds are 10 miles an hour today, so I kind of have to use a... What do we got over here? What are they, guys? Geese? Ducks? Look like ducks, like white ducks. And there's a tall one not moving. That might just be a stick. It is funny, a lot of you guys, you know, you watch my videos. Thank you. I don't know why you torture yourself like that. But you're watching it on a larger monitor than my phone. So I miss a lot of things that I'm filming. And then the nice people will say, hey, Dennis, at 10:48 we saw an alligator. And then you get the other people that say, hey, you moron, there's a gator right in front of you. And then I look up their home address and go to Walmart and get all those free subscriptions from every magazine I can find and sign them up for magazines they don't need. Just my way of saying hello. It's a very basic trailer park. Pretty cool. We got some storage sheds. Wonder if people are using them as like for storage or for part of their living arrangement. It's a good idea. If I was living in an RV and had the option of getting one of those, I would just put in a huge bathroom with a big tub and a big walk-in shower and all that stuff. If I ever moved into one of those sheds and could design it any way I chose, it'd be like a tiny kitchen, a queen-size bed, a big TV, and a huge bathtub, and I would be set. Probably throwing a toilet in there. Pooping indoors is overrated. What's back there? Is that a goat? In the pen way back there? Looks like a goat. It's a goat, baby cow, something. If y'all could put your livestock closer to the road, I would greatly appreciate it. I like that little Texas shed right there. That's pretty cool. We were down this road, I want to say September, because it was one of the recommended hummingbird locations. I'll tell you where we are at in a second. Trash. We're at the corner of Old Salt Lake Road and East Sagebrush Road. Man, that's pretty Texas right there. I don't think I've ever been down East Sagebrush Road before. Maybe we can get a better angle at that goat. That's a neat little, I want to call it a compound. They got everything painted and looking nice. I like it. I approve of your home. Aren't you happy? Got an outboard outside. We're kind of blowing into the wind. And I was thinking, my biggest regret is, you guys have heard me talk 100 times about my Nana. My Nana was so awesome. Shut up, goats. These goats are sheep. Yeah, I'm from the city. You give me a fork and a knife and I'll tell you if it's a goat or a sheep. I'm gonna say goat. They're goats now that I'm studying on them. Let's zoom in. Well, we might as well say hello. Nope. Must be a different goat language. I think my goat button is from Brazil or something, and these are American. I don't know if you could hear them, but we got a few. Come on, Mike. I hope you're picking this up, because they are calling us. They're fans. Not a Mayan of the goat button. Pretty cool. Well, I would go visit my Nana once a month. My car was a junker. I had a, I don't even, that'll come to me. I had a Chevy for about 15 years, bought it new, and drove it until it didn't drive anymore. Isn't it funny? I'm drawing a blank on the name of the Chevy. Small car, but I fit into it really nicely. Lots of leg room. Here comes a vehicle coming at us. And my grandmother lived with her brother in Seaford, Delaware. And I think my grandma was 89 and my great uncle Bill was 90, somewhere in that ballpark. And I really enjoyed my visits with them. My grandmother basically raised me. Anything good about me comes from my grandmother. And I blame all the bad parts of me on me. Ooh. It is like Texas over here. Ooh, there's some farm stuff over there. But what I did do, and I've mentioned this before, I would call my grandmother, my Nana, every weekday, and we would talk. And it wasn't like a chore. I enjoyed talking to my Nana and hearing about her day, and she was just awesome. The one day I forgot to call her, and that did not happen. I don't remember it happened any other day for years. I went to work on a Monday, forgot to call her. Went home, forgot to call her. And when I got to work the next day, they told me, someone left me a note at work. A woman called looking for you. And I was just thinking that had to be my grandmother. Well, later on that day, I found out that she had a stroke. And that was on a Tuesday. And I got updated by our family members down there. My Uncle Bill had his daughter there, right around the corner from them. And her husband, Rod, Marge and Rod. Very good people, always. But my grandmother and her brother were self-sufficient. They were active in the church and had Bible studies at their home. So when, there's a Eugene. Huh. Who knew Eugene would be over here in the boonies, but there he is. I like this road. This area reminds me just, I don't know, for some reason, a little bit of Holiday Beach. Pretty cool. There's an old building there. I went down on a Friday. Got a car behind us. We'll pull over and let him go. Well, I guess that was rush hour. I went down on a Friday right after work and checked into a hotel. And, well, first I went and visited my grandmother in the hospital. And she was in a coma. And she was moving a little bit, and she would squeeze your hand. And I always thought people in a coma didn't move, but she was pretty active. And I would talk to her for a while. And when visiting hours were over, I went back to the hotel. I went to the hotel and checked in, actually. And then slept, got up early, went to her room all day Saturday. And back to the hotel, went there all day Sunday and drove home. And while I was there, people were coming from her church. And I know this isn't the case, but it was almost like a timed thing, because there was never two groups of people there. Someone would leave and I would spend about a half hour with my grandmother, and someone else would come visit. And I would talk to them for a minute, and then I would leave the room and go to the lobby just so they could have some time with my grandmother, because these were her family just as much as I was. I'm not blood related to my grandmother, but I know, other than maybe her brother, my great uncle Bill, I was probably her closest person in the world to her. And I went back to work on Monday, and then Tuesday I got a call that she passed away. And I got that at work, and even though she lived a long, happy, full life, it was still just devastating. And what I did was worked. Now, my regret about all this is that I missed that one phone call to her on a Monday, and that I missed her calling me back. And that was 20 years ago. And it just occurred to me today, right before I started this video, that maybe that wasn't her calling me. Maybe that was a family member. Maybe that was Margie, her daughter-in-law, calling me at work to let me know that my grandmom had a stroke, you know? Because my grandmom never called me at work. She would call me at home sometimes, but the last few years, I would always call her. And if she was going to call me, she would call at home and leave me a message. And that never occurred to me. And I've been carrying this guilt, this regret the whole time. And I know I shouldn't feel guilty about missing that one call, but I did, and I probably still do, because I'm not. We are making a right onto Flounder. Huh. Who knew? Now this one says Bufflehead. What is a bufflehead, guys? Is that a type of fish? A bufflehead. Let me zoom out a little bit. We can get these nice houses. These look like newer homes on this street. I guess when you name your street Bufflehead, you're running out of names. So when they add a new street, they're like, it's slim pickings. I do not know what a bufflehead is. And some of you say, oh, bufflehead is a type of fish, Dennis. I'll say thank you. And then the other half will go, you freaking moron. Internet bravery. They got a bunch of kayaks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, they got like 6 kayaks there. Pretty nice. You think they like kayaks? But I know my regret about missing a call that probably wasn't even my grandmother is bizarre. But I've always carried that guilt. I have no turning radius in this car, so it's not a car, it's a truck. But I'm gonna have to back up. That's a pretty house, isn't it? I like that. I bet you the official front of the house is facing the water, which is a pretty smart move. You can see the channel right there. But I like how, and then like this house is completely different than all the rest, which I actually like. Now that one looks a little bit older, like it was here first. Same thing with this one. Both houses in really good shape. Let me get my guide out. I wonder what kind of palm trees those are. I always call those firework palm trees because they look like fireworks going off. There you go. They got the fish on the outside. I like this one. Oddly enough, steps don't affect me much. As long as there's a handrail on both sides, I've got no problem going up steps. Sometimes going down steps can be a challenge. And it looks like the sun is trying to fight its way out. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I don't know if this street goes anywhere or not. Speckled trout was across street there. Pretty good. I've never been on these roads before, guys, and here we are in a room full of strangers. Well, let's give the dad joke button a shot and get out of here. What do you say? Dad joke button.
My twin brother called me from prison. He said, you know how we finish each other's sentences?
Well, it seemed like a good idea, guys. Excuse me. I really need 3 hands. Think of the possibilities. Look at this little... Is this the back entrance to a little trailer type park here? Nope, it's all homes. Pretty cool. Well, guys, I think I know where this brings me out to. I hope you're all doing well. If you're watching football in a little bit, good luck to your team. Thanks for riding along today, guys. I appreciate you. Everything. Thanks for watching.